So I had a sales professional come to me. He was asking me all about the concept of having a positive self-image and basically what a self-image is. And people get a little confused on this. They're like, well, what's a self-image? It's your beliefs, right? It's just what you believe is possible, right? And it's really important as a sales professional to have the belief that you can go in there and get the job done and close the deal, right? And so this guy was really interested in developing the self-image of being a champion and a winner, and that's awesome. Commend it. So I'm just gonna call it beliefs because again, I think people can get a little too confused, and I like to keep things really simple and effective. And one of the things that I've learned is top coaches, top sports psychologists, they keep things really simple. They don't have these 15-step whatever to change your self-image or whatever it may be. So I'm gonna give you guys an exact system about how you can go out there and change your beliefs and really take things to the next level in your sales. So number one is that visualization works really effectively, right? And one of the things that they've done over and over again, they've replicated this where they take two groups, right, of basketball players, and they'll have one group go out and physically practice taking free throw shots, and they'll take another group and they'll have them just visualize hitting shot after shot perfectly. And at the end of that experiment, they'll take the two groups, and pretty consistently the group that visualizes hitting those shots over and over again perfectly in their mind outperforms the other group, right? So it absolutely works. Now, the way I do it, and basically the way you change your beliefs more than anything is practicing. That's it. It's just going in there and practicing those game time situations. You want to practice these situations as much as you can to be exact simulations of what you're going to go in there and do in the sale that you are going to try to close a person on, right? So what I encourage people to do is actually act out the actual presentation, right? And I met a guy one time, and what he used to like to do is he used to like to do it in front of his kids' stuffed animals, right? And I say, well, why stuffed animals? Because they have eyes, and it just makes it more real. And it's so you can do that, or you can do it in front of the mirror, whatever's gonna make it feel more like a pressure cooker situation and like the real situation, right? You want to throw yourself as many curveballs as you can so you can deal with these things, right? And that's going to go really far in terms of developing your beliefs that you can actually handle these situations. It's just doing it over and over and over again and executing it and doing that practice the saying goes, practice perfect makes perfect, right? That's what you want to execute on and really try to practice doing it as absolutely perfect as you can do it and get all kinds of curveballs thrown at you that way. So really just practice going into that sales situation, and then you can visualize right before you go into that sale how you're going to go out there and do it. Do the sale, right? And then write down after the sale what went, or the presentation or the communication that you have with the prospect. Write down what went right, and this is what I do. I write down what went right and what went wrong, and then go back, and I actually will go back and visualize how I wanted that to go out, or I'll actually act it out and really just talk through it, how I wanted that to go through and the reaction, and just doing it like that. So this is how professional golfers will actually do this too. So the top professional golfers who really have a good mental game, they'll imagine hitting the ball as perfect as possible, right? And they'll imagine the feeling of the club swinging perfectly, the sound, the sensations, all that stuff. They'll imagine doing that right before they hit the ball, right? Then they'll go and hit the ball, and if they hit the ball good, awesome, right? They're like, good job. And then if they didn't hit the ball the way they wanted to, they'll go back and they'll replay it the way they wanted it to go down, right? So the key is that you want to get into your self-image, right, or your beliefs that you can execute over and over again. So, imagining it and actually doing it, your brain can't tell the difference, right? So that really influences your beliefs, right? And all a belief is a thought you keep on thinking, right? So it's really important to develop these things through practice. So visualize doing it and practice doing it, go and try to execute, then go back after you try to execute and fix any problems that went on, and that way you are executing more times than the poor execution, right? So it's just about getting in that perfect execution in as many times as you can, whether it be in the real presentation or in practice. The more you can do that, the more you can do that perfect practice, the better that's going to start to shape your beliefs that you can put it in. It's just doing it over and over and over again. Look, you have the belief that you can tie your shoes because you've just done it over and over again. The belief that you can tie your or brush your teeth or whatever it is because you can do it, you've just done it over and over and over again. It becomes second nature, right? So that's basically how you go out there and you develop your beliefs, right? So you practice right before or visualize right before going in there, execute the best you can, go in there and compete the best you can, then write down what you did good, what you didn't do so good, and replay it, right? And just that's the name of the game, and that's really how you build those beliefs and just putting in that practice. And that is the gist of it. You don't need these 15, 20 steps or whatever that a lot of these gurus do. Just keep it simple, and that's the name of the game. So this is Kerry Sullivan with another howtokickassetsales.com tip of the day. If you guys ever have any questions, leave them below, and I will make you a video, and I'll give you a shout out as well if you want. I'll see you on the next one.